blood from my knuckle could pierce through the leather. I feel my knuckle piercing against a tight leather glove. I come out, I have supreme confidence, but I'm scared to death. I'm totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated. But I'm totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence I get. All during my training, I've been afraid of this man. I thought this man might be capable of beating me. I've dreamed of him beating me. But I always stayed afraid of him. But as closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one could beat me.
Investing in the stock market is a lot like boxing with Mike Tyson. You should know my mantra by now. Keep calm and carry on buying quantum AI tech stocks as they deviate from their highs. Where the greater the deviation, the greater the buying opportunity presented for the whole of 2022. So, my forecast for much of 2023 was to what degree one would get lucky in one's target stocks during the year, as it's been a case of playing with fire to heavily trim one's holdings, especially the primary and secondary AI tech stocks, or because one thinks one can rebuy on the next dip, in which respect 2023 proved to be a great year because we got lucky twice during the year. Firstly, March's correction to S&P 3800. Can you imagine that? The S&P traded down at 3,800. That's 1,100 points from where it is now. And then again, following July's high of 4,600 all the way down to 4,100, which even I started to give up hopes on happening, given support at 4,200. Furthermore, these corrections resulted in huge drawdowns in target stocks. We had Google, about $86 in March, that prompted many to ask if they should sell their Google to buy something else because all the news was bad. To which my response was, I am buying more Google. This is another problem with most investors. For some reason, they imagine that stock prices fall on good news. If so, then buying the dips will be easy. Instead, stock prices tend to plunge on bad news. You don't get Google trading down at $86 on good news. And this is why most investors fail to buy when stocks are cheap. Every time a stock plunges on bad news, I get asked about the drop. Where if I'm not already fully loaded, my response tends to be I'm buying more. The news that most focus on is a load of rubbish. Good luck with trying to buy stocks when cheap on good news, because when the news is good, the stocks have already soared to new highs. At which point investors want to know, when will the stock price next drop so they can buy? Instead, it should be to trim on good news and to buy on bad news. And that is the only real advantage I have over most investors, as I have conditioned myself to do the exact opposite of what most do. Yes, there's my analysis and decades of experience, but it's 4 decades now nearly. But also, having been conditioned to see bad news drops as buying opportunities with good news rallies to trim into. Look at what the stock market did following every major top. So even if you are totally clueless like Kramer and the clowns of the Cartoon Network, clueless at investing and bought at the very top of every bull market, then all you had to do was to hold on to what you bought and let inflation do its magic. This is why the likes of dollar cost averaging works. It's not magic, it's inflation. Do you now understand how the game is played? So the starting point for successful investing is to understand that drawdowns are discounting events, where the greater the deviations from the high, the greater the buying opportunity. Then after having bought at say minus X%, 20%, if one gets lucky, 20%, double for target stocks, then all one needs to do to become an investing genius is to hold on to one's investments and not sell for peanuts, as I've seen many investors do after having gained, say, 20%, they get people that are going to give up all those gains and sell for peanuts when all they needed to do was to hold for a year or 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 to see the truly epic gains of 5x and more on individual stocks. So make the conscious effort to condition oneself to invest in this manner, else you'll be FOMOing into the market tops and panic selling out at bottoms, just as Clown Kramer was doing for Meta $100. That is repeatedly proclaimed as being finished. If you only take one thing on board and let it be this: keep calm and carry on buying quantum AI tech stock as they deviate from the highs. As the greater the drop in good stocks, and the greater the buying opportunity being presented. And this has been my mantra since at least 2009, where I try and remind folks to forget about the bottoms, as you will only find that you miss the bottoms and be sat watching and waiting from the sidelines, hoping in hindsight for another chance to buy the likes of Meta at $200, let alone $100, when all you had to do was to buy the deviations from the high. The best buys will always be your most painful buys. Buying Meta at $100 was not easy, it was blooming painful, like getting stabbed. Buying Tesla under 10 was painful. Buying AMD was very painful. At $60, you can feel the pain in my voice. To hit the buy button on AMD at $60, you can look back now in hindsight. At the time, it was painful. Buying Nvidia under $120 was painful. But the only mechanism that enabled me to do so was to buy the deviations from the high. Nothing else would have got you invested at such painful times to buy stocks when one is already sat on large drawdowns, because obviously you didn't start buying at 120. I started buying about 190 Nvidia. So obviously already goes 120 bloody hell. Buy 110. Buy. I think my lowest was around 108, something like that, if I'm correct. But it wasn't easy. When you sat on large drawdowns, buying whilst the likes of Clown Kramer encouraged panic selling at what would turn out to be at bear market bottoms. And after having bought, to hold on and not sell for peanuts. I got my Nvidia at 3x. As the S&P, I consider that to be nothing burger. Why? Because my portfolio was already 20% above its 2021 high, whilst the S&P was only on the cusp of a new high. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm just trying to ram home the message that investing in index trackers such as S&P is a red herring. At the end of the day, what one makes investing is a function of how much work one puts into it. You cannot expect to be up 25% on the previous bull market high if all you did was invest in an index tracker. Those who study hard pass their exams with flying colours, whilst those who don't get crappy results. Why do you think investing is any different? So the starting point is to hit the mute button on the financial news cartoon networks. They are absolutely clueless, as my video of Clown Kramer illustrates, when he repeatedly stated that the FANG stocks were finished. Meta $100 was finished. What a clown, prompting many investors to get knocked out by selling at the bottom. That's what will happen to you if you watch the Cartoon Network. You've probably already experienced it countless times. Clown Kramer, Meta finished at $100 on CNBC Cartoon Network at the mother of all tech stocks buying opportunities. What an idiot.
They're finished. They're finished as places.
They're finished. They're finished as
places to invest.
We keep talking
As
about
places
this
to invest.
falling knife, as if the knife continues to fall. Though there are people who
Well,
look
I'm
at
just
this and
saying.
say,
Look, I'm looking at the money coming out. Where's the money coming from to buy to buy industrials? It certainly isn't coming from new people saying, "Wow, it's time to put money in the stock market," because they get such a great rate on the 2-year. I think it's money coming rotating out of companies that have dominated this market for the last decade, and into companies like Caterpillar who actually know what the hell they're doing.
Are you thinking that the tech companies that I think that you're disappointed in are going to get religion, if you will, and get disciplined? And what does discipline look like?
You know what they are? I would call them atheists. They believe in nothing.
That's a nihilist.
Meta? I don't know. I think they have to change the name again. They really do. I mean, you can't be saying Meta. I don't know. How about loser? How about stupuda? I don't know. Anything. Anything doesn't even matter. I don't know if they can make a comeback. The facts have changed, and I have to change with it. I believed. I thought I'd be safe. I was wrong. Bottom line, forget being leaders. Big stocks are now followers in a post-COVID era, where we're learning that their earnings were far more inflated by the pandemic than we knew. We're just now discovering that tech emperors have no clothes, if they're even emperors at all.
This video is just a mere fragment of my extensive analysis that concludes in a detailed stock market trend forecast for the S&P for the whole of 2024 that aims to replicate my forecast accuracy of past years. That's 2023, 2022, 2021 and 2020 and 2019 and earlier still, all the way back to probably 2007. All of which was first made available to patrons who support my work for just $5 per month, which is nothing compared to what you're getting access to. Lock it in now for $5 per month because it soon rises to $7 per month for new subscribers. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and believe in Google. You take the red pill, you stay with Market Oracle, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. To ensure you ride the AI megatrend gravy train into the future and the crypto gravy train during 2024, then you consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $5 per month, which is nothing for what you're getting access to, and it's due to soon rise to $7 per month for new sign-ups. Access to my latest mega analysis, a comprehensive 3-part guide on how to really get rich during 2024 that has exclusively been made available to patrons right now. You can go and read the 3 guides right now, full access, which is a truly epic piece of work. It took me the whole of 2023 to write. It condenses down my lifetime knowledge and experience down to some 60 chapters, which is on top of my ongoing analysis and trend forecasts that are made available to patrons for just $5 per month. There are no bolt-on extras, no courses, no other crap that all these con merchants do. You get full access to everything for just $5 per month. Lock it in now because it will soon be rising to $7 per month for new sign-ups. $5 per month is nothing for what you get access to, so at least give it a try. Read the comments, see the depth of analysis. You won't be sorry because I do my best by my patrons. Go that extra mile. Gaining access to over 35 years experience, right from before the 1987 crash straight through to this stock's bear market that will ride the quantum AI megatrend into the future.